What's going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy Joe Calico. We are back with another episode of Calico's Cooling Conversation, where I find super dope people and we have interesting conversations. So, before we get into this video, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all platforms, Crazy Capital Media, and definitely show love to the content and the work that we putting out. So today I got a special guest. I got Theresa Ivancik, a bodybuilder, personal trainer, an entrepreneur. So we about to really get into it. Teresa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How's everything with you?
Oh, not too bad. Cold,
Cold,
but other than that,
cold.
good.
Where you located? Where you based out of?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh. So yeah, it's cold. It's cold.
Yeah.
I'm in
You
New
know what I'm
York.
talking about.
Yeah, I'm in New York, so I get
Yeah.
it. So that's good. So let's out the gate. The passion for working out and and bodybuilding and just what do that come from?
So I'm in the process of writing my book right now in hopes of doing a documentary on my life because I did face a lot of adversity and struggles growing up. Taught myself pretty much everything that I know. Fitness was the outlet. It kind of just put me in a different place, nothing but a positive kind of place. And I was suffering bulimia for 7 years. So after I had learned that food is fuel, I started, really getting into the training and getting more involved in the fitness industry that way.
Okay, sorry about that. So, okay, that's good. That's good. So it came from, I guess, like you said, from a time of hardship and a time of what would I'm looking for? It was obstacles and it was. I get it. I respect it. I respect it. So, were you always into sports?
I was like I was in the on the dance team on the kick team in high school, and then kind of like no direction in life. I really didn't know what I wanted to do, what I wanted to be, what I wanted to go to school for. I was kind of being pushed, into getting a job and then going to college by my parents.
Yes.
So it just kind of like was, I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I did have just a light background. I love to dance.
All right. So you did dance in high school, but you
Hmm.
didn't do no like
No, no
sports or
physical
nothing.
sports.
And then college, did you go into sports when you was in college?
So I went to school for general studies actually because my mom had basically forced me to, and I unfortunately didn't even finish. I only went for general studies, and I had the elective classes left, and I just had no interest in doing it, so I quit.
So in high school and college, you wasn't heavily working out. You wasn't really. So when do you say that that came about?
Like the working out.
Yeah.
So when I had my bulimia disorder, that was for 7 years, and I would, eat and binge and whatnot, and I would obsessively exercise for over 4 hours a day. After I was heavily into that, there was a lot of other things that will be touched upon in my book, but I did just leak out that I did have 3 DUIs. I was placed on house arrest for 155 days. So I made a goal to actually compete the day that I was done with house arrest. So that was literally probably the thing that kept me right on track was like I had something else to look forward to.
Good, good. And that's good. That's a positive. I mean, that's a different story. I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna
Nope.
lie.
That has been hidden for a long time. That just actually came out in a recent post that I had posted on social media. There's a lot of things that I don't feel comfortable, letting everybody know yet, but there's going to be a lot released in the book.
All right, definitely. So that I'm- the story. I'm still on the story. Like I really didn't expect that. All right, so you got a late start, I guess, we're working out with everything, and then ever since you've been obsessed with it. So this is what you do now, full time.
Yeah, I have my own gym. We have a t-shirt company. I train clients online. I train clients in house. So it's pretty much like eat, sleep, train, and teach others, to follow their passion.
do you find it easy to teach others, or is that a difficult, or do you need like the right person that's already motivated? Or
I have all walks of life. So I have the ones that are in the beginning that will ask a million questions, and I love that because that's the only way they're going to learn. I
all
have
right,
other ones that will just fight the system, and it'll just be very frustrating because I'm trying to teach them, what to do and the right way to do it. And I'm speaking because I've put myself through it, and I'm still doing it. I'm still an active competitor. So when they want to cry the blues about certain things, I don't quite feel as bad because it's like I'm doing it too as well.
you're like, do you know my story?
Yep,
All right,
exactly.
all right. So that's dope. So you got all walks of life, because I try to teach people like the editing and stuff, and I find it extremely hard to like teach
Oh yeah.
somebody else. That's something very hard to do. So me, a person that don't like working out, is there like what would be like a workout that like work out my whole body, my whole core, for a person that don't like working out?
So I mean, I always say like most people are going to sit there and think automatically out of the gate that they got to go to the gym 7 days a week. That's false. You do not. I have people that come twice a week. I have people that come 3 times a week. So telling someone like yourself, that wouldn't really necessarily want to, pursue fitness as a whole, but still keep active, you could easily go to the gym 2 times, a week or 3 times a week. You could split the body between upper or lower if you're going to do 2 times, meaning chest, tries, shoulders, and then the other day legs, back, buys. Or you can split it up in terms of chest, tries, back, buys, legs, and shoulders, or you could do overalls. I mean, there's no wrong or right to
There's
fitness,
no,
but something's better than nothing.
yeah. And do you recommend children working out? You think children should
We
work out?
Yeah, my fiance is really big with the kids and sports. He does a lot of agility work with them, and they are surpassing anybody on the team because it's just one-on-one, training with them. And we watch them change as a whole because they are very shy and timid usually in the beginning, and we just watch their confidence grow, and that's probably the most rewarding part.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. And then a diet. What's a great diet? Like like a before workout diet. You know,
Those,
should
I
should
mean,
I eat
they're
heavy? Should I eat heavy? If I want to work out in the morning, should I eat like a full plate of breakfast? Should I keep it light?
you're going to have to test the body because some people do not do well with heavy amounts of food. Some are better with more like a shake and some cream of rice before they go to train, maybe with a tablespoon of peanut butter. If you are going to eat more of a heavier meal, you will need to wait at least an hour to get to the gym, so the food does have some time to digest.
Right, makes sense. Makes sense. So you are a gym owner. You're an
Hmm.
entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur. That's like my main my main audience is content creators and entrepreneurs. I mean,
Awesome.
the struggle with that. I mean, I'm pretty sure that wasn't an easy process. So, what made you want to open the gym in the first place? I'm pretty sure you was going to a lot of gyms before you opened it. But
We so I had gotten offered a job doing a personal training with my fiance. There's a big backbone story to that. He did have his own gym, but apparently they had to sell because the him and his partner broke up at the time. She didn't write in the clause that she would let him keep it, so he had to sell it. He was on a 30-mile no compete clause, which means we had to go 30 miles away to actually train at a personal training facility there. Once that was over, we were looking to actually come back into Butler, and it was actually like a struggle. We took over the gym down in Gibsonia for a little while. The owner was just not putting anything back into it at the time, and we had searched Butler high and low. We had a silent partner. We were fixing up buildings, and then it would fall through. So we were like halfway painted into a building, and then the deal went sour. Then we went into another building, and this one here, we had a lot of issues here. We did all the renovations by ourselves, laying carpet, walls, painting, all that stuff. And right towards the end, when we were getting ready to sign for the equipment that we were purchasing, we almost had a glitch where the silent partner would have to back out. So there was just a lot of like ups and downs, sitting in an empty building, crying, wondering, what are you going to do? And him and I have had massive struggles. We both lived back at home, horrible relationships, and we literally worked from the ground up. So we're very, very honored to have what we have today.
yes, yes, and that's great. That's great. And your story is one of like when it seems like something bad is about to happen where most people will quit. You find that
Mhm.
strength to just say no, that won't be me. I
Yep.
won't be that statistic of quitters. I'm gonna push right through it. So
Yep.
I definitely
And I'm
love
sure
that.
you know where I'm coming from. There's a lot of like motivational videos and stuff out there, like from speeches that are on YouTube's. I
Yeah.
listen to those every single morning and
Okay.
they give me, because it will, if you're in a low spot in life, no matter what it is, it does not have to be fitness related. These things are going to pull you out. You know, it just gives you hope. It gives you outlet.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And your gym is located in Pittsburgh.
We're in Butler, about 45 minutes from Pittsburgh. So I mean, we're close, but just not, I mean, but far enough away that it's hard to drive and commute.
And your focus is mainly like the one-to-one training.
We do. But we have a 24/7 fitness facility, so we have like a bunch of different, pieces of equipment there. We are actually at the end of this lease here. My equipment will be finally paid off in a few months, thank God. But we do have
Congratulations.
the opportunity. Thanks. We have the opportunity right now in our hands to move locations. It's actually in the same plaza, two doors down, with 3,000 more square feet than what we currently have. We're extremely small right now, so him and I are really buckling down, getting all the ducks in a row, and really deciding if we're going to move forward. But it's really in our hearts to give our members that have been with us for 7 years another bigger, better gym.
Definitely, definitely. Gotta take care of the day ones.
Yep,
Gotta take care.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I was gonna ask you this question, but I think I know the answer. But so are you more of like the big gym, commercial gym type of workout, or like the home gym, like being at home doing it?
Uh, we're kind of like, I mean, we're in the middle, in terms of like, fitness wise. Like we were putting the gym together. One of his cop buddies came in and was like, please don't say you're going LA Fitness on me. We don't like those big corporate change. I do actually know everybody's name that walks through my door, and I want to keep it that way. So, I mean, we're only 3,600 square feet. It is small, but it is the best gym literally ever. So giving these people more space is what I'm after, but I don't want to go overly too big where I lose that fine touch between my members.
Yeah, you keep it you keep it a bit personable
Yes.
with the smaller size. That
Yep.
definitely makes sense. So, is there any hobbies outside of you know gym life and working out?
Uh, right now it's been eat, sleep, train this year I'm going on 15 years of competition. So it's, we really don't have a lot of extra time. I'm very aggressive with work, entrepreneurship, learning, finding new avenues, different ways to do things, boost the Instagram. So I'm constantly just
Just
always
working,
working.
working.
Yep.
And then you mentioned the competition, so I see you was the 2020 was that Chicago Pro Champ. So,
Yep.
what is that competition? What do that competition entail? Like, is it? Now go
It's
ahead.
a qualifier for the Olympia.
All right.
Any of these pro shows are qualifier for the Olympia. So first place automatically will get you there. So actually, when I won the 2020 Chicago Pro, it qualified me for my very first Olympia, and the Olympia was actually the return of female bodybuilding in 2020. So it's just an epic history, return of the female bodybuilding, and I was just honored to be a part of it. Some of the judges there did tell me to go down into women's physique. So in 2021, I switched coaches and went with John Meadows, who we recently lost. And I didn't place very well. I mean, I got seventh out of about 25 girls, but I still thought I was too big.
Yeah.
So this year, coming back in 2022, I got another coach and we're going to women's bodybuilding again.
All right. And then some not really familiar with the Olympian women's bodybuilder. So you getting judged on strictly only your physique, like in that instance.
It is well, everybody calls it the Super Bowl for bodybuilding because it's the highest you can go, the last show usually of the year, and you get judged on balance, symmetry, conditioning, and you do get points for those routines.
Right.
So it's the presence on stage as well.
But you also, I guess, performing, like you
Yep.
said, endurance. So you lifting weights, or are you like
No, no, we go up there. We have mandatory, poses, and we have quarter turns.
Okay.
So we'll go up and do a 60-second, freestyle kind of posing by ourselves, and then we get compared with the other girls with those mandatory poses.
Okay. Dope. That's interesting. And then, so you was the champ in 2020, and then I guess you got more competition aspirations for the future. What's coming
Yes.
up next? What's the next competition that you got?
So, so with this new coach, he has me 3,000 plus calories, something I've never done before. Taking a whole new approach on this, going into women's bodybuilding to keep myself fuller. The plan is set for May 21st in the New York Pro.
Okay, May 21st.
Yep,
May 21st. And then in New York?
that's in New York.
Oh, I might get a ticket. They selling
Yep.
tickets. They got audience. I'm coming.
Yes, they do.
The whole team coming. That's
Yep.
what's up. That's what's up. So, I'm just all right. So with the competition, do that take a lot of money? Cause
Yeah.
I'm guessing training. Training seems expensive because you
Yeah.
gotta have training and the diet, and you gotta make sure everything is, I guess, on schedule. Like you can't
Mm,
take a day off from the gym.
no.
So
It, in a nutshell, for someone that's starting out, I'm just going to say it's very expensive. You got to look at your, gym membership fees. Again, your training. Are you having someone just do your nutrition? Do you have somebody hands on with the diet? You got travel expenses, you have hotel expenses, and then unfortunately, being a female, you have hair, makeup, nails, and those expensive suits. So, and you got an NPC card you got to buy, or an IFBB Pro card you got to buy. So there is a lot involved, money wise, financial wise, in sport.
yeah, that's dope. That is crazy too. Expensive, but interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, very. Plus all the food you got to eat.
Yeah, that's what I say. I know the diet. You got to keep it up. You got to eat
Yeah.
and build muscle. So did you any television? You have done anything for television or anything like that?
So I got the honor to do it was called Buff Dynasty. It was a reality TV show that Wings of Strength was putting together. They
Okay.
had done it was a YouTube, more like a YouTube channel and things like that. I worked with them. I was on a commercial. Again, it was web based for Mike's Hard Lemonade. Music video for one of his daughters. We did some background dancing for her. I mean, I was in People's Magazine over in South Africa and the UK. So that was, kind of fun. I was honored guest speaker at my class reunion. I did a book in New York. It was called Underneath We Are Women, and it brought a bunch of different diverse women from all ages, different, skin textures, different skin diseases that people had, breast cancer, heavy, skinny. I was literally the only bodybuilder there, so I actually felt out of place at that time. But
Yeah.
it was literally like that was an experience.
Dope. Dope. So you do the bodybuilding. You said no hobbies. It's strictly getting the Instagram up for the business. Let's talk about marketing. Like what's some tricks you use to like market your business and market like your brand?
So I my YouTube channel made it to 134,000 followers, which I was, very thankful for. I've been kind of just playing around with that and putting that out there since I was like young, like literally probably 21, 22 years old. I would just throw some stuff out there and put it together. So I do some stuff on there. I try to educate a lot. We put a lot of content out for people to understand like the food and nutrition part, training tips, and things like that. And I'm very cautious on how I, make my posts. I'm a very positive person. I never want anything negative to come out, and I want people to see the real me. I'm not fake on social media like a lot of other people are. Like what you see is kind of what you get.
So see, I didn't even, so you are a content creator too. So you making content on YouTube.
Yes.
All right.
Learning.
Learning.
That editing stuff's a little tricky, but
It definitely
I'll get
is.
there.
It definitely is. But that's a great way to market. I tell anytime somebody asks me how to promote their business or anything, I always tell them just start a YouTube channel. I always
Yep.
say that it could be it could be a baking business, you could be cooking,
Yep.
anything. I say just start a YouTube channel
I
and
think
keep
the
going from
biggest thing
there.
like that when you have this conversation with those people is like the main thing to tell them is like make sure you have a niche and you stay with it.
Yeah, yeah. Stay within your niche. That's a fact.
Yep.
All right, so you got the book coming out. That's gonna be. You trying to self-publish or you got
I have no idea yet. I'm
no
right
deal?
now just writing. I was up till 3 a.m. last night just plugging away because once your mind races and it takes you back to those memories, good or bad, it just you need to keep going, while you're on that track. So I just keep spitting out a little bit here and there, about halfway through, just with outlining, and then I'll go back and detail it yet.
And you definitely will be an inspiration. There's like little girls somewhere right now,
Mhm.
that need to read, what you penning down, and it's
We
gonna
uh,
inspire
we
somebody.
we guest speak at a lot of colleges, and I'll tell you what, one thing that really touches me when we do that, these kids are, they're growing up on social media and stuff, and they really don't get to hear a real story, very often. So when we tell it at the end of class, we usually have about a handful of people crying and coming up and talking to us and saying, we didn't look at it that way, or I didn't realize that I could do this or do that. And I think that's really the most rewarding part.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Just because, like I said, and sometimes you only need to touch one person, and then
Yep.
yeah, so that's super dope. So I mean, you're a very interesting person. You're like,
Thanks.
I'm happy I met you today. I'm happy I met you. To the people that's watching, I met her live. I'm meeting her the same time you guys are meeting her. You know what I mean? So
Awesome.
it's a super dope situation. So Theresa, I mean, I'm not gonna keep you long. We ran. I got my topics across. I think you are inspiration to a lot of females, to women out there, and I'm happy I have met you. And I know I asked you if you had any competitions, but is there like anything you want to tell the people? I guess do you have merch? Do you have anything like that? Well,
I have a line. We actually have our own t-shirt company. The kids have been really, really busy with outside sources that they're trying to get the orders out first. But I do have a line that I have had that I'm really trying to push to come out. I have a couple Zoom calls this week with some directors
okay,
about doing a documentary for my 2022 season. So I'm very, very, very happy to see how those are going to go. And hopefully I get to show the world actually what it is like a day in a life with me competing for a big pro show.
definitely. So I'm gonna ask you one more question. Then I'm gonna let you go about your day. But before that, I'm gonna just do my quick plug in to the people. If you are liking this content, I need everybody to like, subscribe, and share this video right now. I will have Theresa's information in the description of this video, her Instagram, her website. I have all of that for you guys. Go over there, check out what she's doing, and say Calico sent you. So she's like, oh yeah, that's the podcast. We can do it like that. But please do follow me on Instagram. And like I said, you gotta like, share, comment. That's the motivation, man. We was talking about sometimes, you might want to quit. You guys liking this content is my motivation to keep going with it, right? So Theresa, actually, I said I had one question. I think I have two. Before my last question, it's strictly weights, no cardio? You just a weights girl, or you into cardio and everything too?
I mean, you have to do a little bit of cardio, but it's like no running. It's no hits. It's basically like when I use cardio, it's just to boost the metabolism. So
Yeah.
I right now I have a moderate, just a one-time fasted deal going, 5 times a week, and then the rest of it's all training. But I do take about 2 days off a week, so most of it is weight training.
All right. So for my last question, right? I want us to leave my audience with one word that describes you and your brand, your journey. You know, I just want that one word that you think that we're gonna leave them off with. Like what would that be for you? That
I
one.
have a little quote that's actually on the back of my Jeep, and it
Okay.
says, "One life, live it." And that's literally what I live by every single day, because tomorrow is not promised. And if you don't live for today, I mean, what are we living for at all? So just, you got one life, just live it to the fullest. Don't regret things, just don't, just go. No fear. That's kind of how I live things.
Powerful. One life, just live it. And
Yep.
where could everybody find you at?
So I'm on Instagram, so T Ivancik _ IFBB Pro, Facebook, Theresa Ivancik. YouTube is also Theresa Ivancik, IFBB Pro, and TheresaIvancik.com is my website.
Yes, Theresa, thanks again for pulling up. You part of the Crazy Capital Media family now. So thanks again
Hey.
for pulling up. And we would love to have you anytime. You have something to promote, you want to speak to the people, just hit us up. We'll have you anytime on the platform.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes. That was Theresa, guys. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna throw this in. Matter of fact, we're gonna leave it at that. Peace. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm out of here. Joe Calico in the building.